spring into Storytime. My name is Helen and I work at Miltown Malbay Library. Today I'd like to read you a story from this book, Nature's Incredible Adventures. And this book was written and published by Shane Casey and illustrations are by Vincent Killowry. The Song Thrush Who Couldn't Sing. Tara was looking for someone who was kind and brave and hard-working. She was looking for a mate, and no ordinary song thrush would do. Tara lived in a hedge at the end of a little garden, a hedge full of hawthorn that exploded in white blossoms every spring and juicy red haws every autumn. It was a hedge full of activity. Pygmy shrews and rabbits hid in the undergrowth, while caterpillars and shield bugs crawled among the leaves. Some lived their entire lives in the hedge, while others were just passing through. Tara was a beautiful song thrush with speckled brown feathers and bright blue eyes. In fact, she was widely regarded as one of the prettiest birds in the countryside, and Tara wasn't short of suitors either. Many handsome young thrushes had come from far and wide to try and win her affections. They would sit at the end of a branch, puff out their chests and sing to her. Song thrushes, as the name suggests, are wonderful singers. So wonderful that they always sing their song twice. Their verses are filled with soft melodies, and when they sing, the whole world stops to listen. Spiders stop spinning their webs, and bumblebees stop collecting nectar. Even the wind seems to hold its breath for a moment. Everybody in the hedge wondered which handsome suitor Tara would choose. A female thrush usually chooses whichever male is the best singer. But not Tara. Tara had spotted something different, something far more important. Tara needed someone she could rely on to help her build a nest and raise a family of chicks. And there was only one bird in the hedge who could fit the bill: Terence. Terence was a handsome young thrush. He was kind, friendly, and excellent at finding food. Terence knew which rowan trees produced the best berries in autumn and which rock made the best anvil. Thrushes often have a favourite rock that they use as an anvil to crack open snail shells. He was also a master at catching earthworms. He would stand motionless on the lawn, cocking his head to one side and listening for the slightest movement underground. But nobody in the hedge ever expected Terence to be chosen as a mate by any female. You see, there was something about Terence that made him stand out from all the others. When Terence sang, he always jumbled up his notes and sang out of key. Of course, he didn't do it on purpose, and he always tried his best not to. But every time he opened his beak, the same thing happened. The notes came out in the wrong order and in the wrong key. For a song thrush, there's nothing more embarrassing than not being able to sing. Terence had always found it difficult to sing. Even as a chick, when his brothers and sisters sang for their supper, Terence couldn't. And it was tough for Terence, who had always dreamt of singing in the dawn chorus. The dawn chorus is one of the most beautiful sounds in nature. Every morning in summer, as dawn breaks across the sky, the countryside begins to fill with birdsong, and every bird adds their own simple melody to create an incredible symphony. So every day, Terence's mother would sit with him and practice his notes. She taught him a simple melody that her own mother had taught her. It went jerry-do, jerry-do. Every day Terence practiced, one note at a time. No bird had ever worked so hard simply to be able to sing. And that is exactly what Tara saw. You see, none of the other thrushes had to try. Singing came naturally to them. Indeed, their puffed-out chests was their way of boasting about how great they were. But Terence was different. In Tara's eyes, Terence was fearless. He always tried his best, even when he knew his song would come out jumbled. And he never stopped trying, even when the others mocked him and laughed at him. That was the kind of bird that Tara wanted as her mate. So, Tara chose Terence, and together they built their nest in the hedge, where they raised 4 adorable chicks. And yes, Terence did sing in the dawn chorus. He sang a duet with Tara, the most beautiful duet that was ever heard. They sang jerry-do, jerry-do, and the whole world stopped to listen. The end.